Hello, I'm ABXToyCat, and welcome back to another video. Today I have another build inspiration video for you all, and it's actually going to be focusing on villages in Minecraft, which, let's be honest, most people think are really cool the first time you go into one, but by the 5th or 6th, or maybe even much bigger time you go into a village, you probably don't care about the villages anymore. You're just going in there to take their food, maybe take their blacksmith chest, and then be done with your day, right? However, truth be told, villages are a really cool structure, and there's a lot of really cool stuff you can actually do with them. So today I'm going to be showing you how to customize that structure, do some cool building, challenges and stuff with them, and hopefully you do all enjoy the video. If you do like it, please do like the video and let me know, because it helps out the channel a lot and lets me know you do like it and want to see more stuff like this. But yeah, let's get straight into it. So let's start by talking about the first thing you can do with villages, which is really just taking the structure of the village and, almost like copy pasting it, but by hand. Because the thing about all villager buildings, if you look at this regular house over here, if you look at this well over here, if you look at that blacksmith chest and you look at this, they're all built from really simple ingredients. So in case you can't tell, these 4 buildings are all actually built by me, as well as a bunch more in this village. Basically, this was a very small village before I decided to expand it, and now you can see it actually expands quite a bit in each direction, and part of that is just the fact that you can build any of the village buildings really, really easily. And in fact, you can do one from scratch if you want. If you want to really confuse your friends, you can just build like 10 villages near each other, or you can do the thing that you always see in screenshots where there's a village that goes on for hundreds of blocks. You can actually make that happen just by building these buildings at random intervals. So as you can see, this one just requires some wood, some wood planks, some cobblestone, a ladder, and then you're kind of done. This just requires gravel, cobblestone, and fences. You're done. And even the more complex stuff like this blacksmith chest, it just requires some simple stuff. And even when I make mistakes, because this is filled with mistakes, like if you look at the inside, you can kind of see that. Even when you make pretty big mistakes on all of this, you can still see how it looks like it's a pretty legit village. And if you make no mistakes, there's pretty much no way to discern the difference. So yeah, with that said, you can just expand your village by copy pasting, but in Minecraft, all of the stuff. And it's a pretty handy little thing right there. So that's just the first thing I figured I'd show you, so that if you have a small village to work with, maybe you expand it before you move on to the second step, which is kind of palette swapping the village. I guess maybe you'd expand it by palette swapping it, because basically this is a really easy thing. Again, all you have to do is look at the structure of the village. So, look at what this house looks like, look at what that house looks like, and then all you have to do is switch out the blocks for something else. So here's the most simple one you can do. It's just like, so houses are normally made of wood and cobblestone. How about we make them from dark oak wood and polished andesite? And you can see this is a very fancy house. This is where the really rich villagers would live when they, do their crazy Christmas plotting. I don't even know, but yeah, that's where, you can make a house fancier by making out some other blocks, or make it even worse by making it out of like dirt and some other stuff. Still, something you can just do, swap out the parchment blocks, but you can also do this to make a nether village. So as you can see, maybe don't have the wood there, but we just, I took a blacksmith and I just replaced the blocks. So we replaced all the cobblestone with nether brick, we replaced all the wood with netherrack, and as you can see, we get this really, really interesting kind of look to it, and you can do that just by palette swapping out some of the blocks. So yeah, this is a nether themed blacksmith chest. I do think building a village in the nether would be quite a cool idea, but again, that's something you can leave to yourself. For the most part though, if you want to make an entirely nether themed village, you can do that. And then finally here, we've got an end themed house. I don't really like this one so much, because obviously there aren't many end blocks. There's like end stone, there's obsidian, and then you're kind of out. So yeah, as you can see, this is what it looks like. I don't think it's too particularly bad, but I don't think that an end village is the best idea, but it's something you can technically do, and it would be the sort of thing that could shock a lot of people. So yeah, end village, nether village, or just palette swap your village. And in fact, all of this is palette swapping, because you can also do that with like the planters. Look at this. It's just as simple as taking all the oak wood, replacing it with acacia wood, and boom, everything looks a little bit weird, right? Something you can entirely do to your village. So that's just kind of the second idea. The third idea is making tiny improvements to the village as you go along. So here's just a couple of examples. If you look at the well, I don't like this at all, but maybe this is something that is kind of cool. Instead of having a square top, I made it so it's a slightly rounded top, so it actually goes up, it has a gradient, all that sort of cool stuff. That's something that I've done over here. Second of all, if you look at this blacksmith over here, I made some changes that I feel were just necessary to the blacksmith. One, blacksmiths never have doors for some reason. I feel like they need doors to stay private. So as you can see, made out of iron, because they're a blacksmith, they could probably craft their own door. But then as well as that, we replaced the 2 stone half slabs with an anvil, because why were they half slabs anyway? I guess that's never truly explained. And then finally, we added a chimney up there, because as you can see, there is lava here with a thing going up from above it. Why not give a chimney up there? And the way that works, in case you're curious, so if we actually fly up there, the way that, are we invisible? That's not, whatever. But yeah, if you look up here, we just put some fire, and it looks like the chimney is actually smoking from the fire, and it's a pretty cool thing you can do right there. So yeah, little pro tip, oh man, my screen's covered, but little pro tip, add a chimney to the blacksmith, add a door, add something like that. You get the point though, like you can just do small customizations, and it makes the village look much more, like it's yours, and that's a pretty cool thing you can do. But if this isn't enough for you, if you look at this and you're like, this is just not good enough, I don't like palette swapping, I don't like the idea of, like just replacing certain blocks, what's the next step? The next step is really kind of customizing the villages entirely. So again, here's a planter. It's fortified against, like, I don't know, stuff jumping in there because it makes it a bit harder. But as well as just doing stuff like this, you can also do stuff like this. So I took a regular village house like the one you saw earlier, and I turned it into a guard tower. That's right, you climb this thing and you're at the top of the guard tower. Obviously half the ladders are missing, but still, that's something you can do right here. This is a guard tower now instead of a house. You look at this, this house right here and this house, they were pretty close together, so I built them into like 2 servant houses for the giant house next to it. And you can do this with any house in a village. You can just make tiny customizations and make the village so much better. So yeah, that's what I want to kind of leave you with today. Give you a bunch of different ideas. You can either, just expand a village, you can palette swap it, you can add tiny customizations, or you can really take the buildings and make them your own. I've seen, one of my favorite things to look at is what other people have done with the villages. So if you do have any you'd like to, if you do decide to do this and you'd like to show them to me, please do tweet them at me at IBXToyCat, because I would very much appreciate seeing those. Anyway, with all of that said, I hope you did all enjoy today's video. If you did like it, please do like it and let me know. Share if you really liked it, and subscribe if you're new around here. I make videos just like this one every single day on my channel, and if you subscribe, you'll see them daily on your homepage. Let me know what you thought of the build inspiration video, because one of the things, customizing structures is something I think is always cool. I wanted to do a video on desert temples, so let me know if you want to see that in the future. And besides that, I guess I'll see you all in the next one. So goodbye, everyone.